breaking news, Marjorie Taylor Greene speaking out to Manu Raju, hitting back at her own party, under fire for announcing today that she's forcing the vote to oust Speaker Johnson.
What you guys need to know is I really don't give a rat's ass what anybody up here says about what I'm doing.
Well, it comes as Johnson is holding firm that he will not bend to the demands of Marjorie Taylor Greene.
Marjorie Taylor Greene has called on you to resign. Sir, quickly, will you resign?
Of course not. It's absurd.
Melanie Zanona is out front on Capitol Hill, and Melanie Greene digging in her heels, her own party, as roundly opposes her and mocking her in many cases. So is she backed into a corner here, or she's just going to sort of be, throwing around insults and epithets?
Yeah, well, the thinking here is that once Greene did file that motion to vacate the speakership, it was almost inevitable that she was going to force a floor vote on this. We are now knowing that that is going to happen as soon as next week. One Republican described it to me like pulling the pin on a grenade and walking around with it and not knowing what to do. But this will all come to a head next week. We're going to see that showdown. And the motion is expected to fail because Democrats have vowed to step in and help save Johnson's speakership. But, Aaron, this could still cause major problems for Mike Johnson for a couple of reasons. Number one, Marjorie Taylor Greene could force repeated votes on a motion to vacate, and Democrats have not said whether they would continue to save Johnson or whether this is a one-time deal. Hakeem Jeffries, the House Minority Leader, was asked that as a press conference earlier today, and he would not say. And number two, depending on how many Republicans are on Greene's side when this vote comes up, it could expose weaknesses in Johnson's political standing, which could impact his long-term political future, especially if he does want to hang on to power next year. And there was one new Republican, that's Warren Davidson of Ohio, who came out today and told Manu Raju that he would at least support allowing a vote on the motion to vacate, even if he's undecided on the merits. So this is just not where Mike Johnson wants to be in this moment. It's not what he wants to be focused on. And meanwhile, Marjorie Taylor Greene kicking up controversy for a completely other reason. Today, she announced she was voting against a bill to combat anti-Semitism. And in her reasoning, she invoked an anti-Semitic trope. I want to read you what she said in her post on social media. She said, "Anti-Semitism is wrong, but I will not be voting for the Anti-Semitism Awareness Act today that could convict Christians of anti-Semitism for believing the gospel that says Jesus was handed over to Herod to be crucified by the Jews." Now, that claim that Jewish people were responsible for the death of Jesus has historically been used to justify anti-Semitic attacks on the Jewish community. So just another example of Greene's controversial behavior, and also not the first time she has used anti-Semitic rhetoric. Aaron?
Right. All right. Well, thank you very much, Melanie. And, tonight, if you think about it, Marjorie Taylor Greene's biggest supporter, who has been Trump, has signaled on more than one occasion that he backs Johnson, although he's really waited to see where the wind blows on this one, but now seems to be much more pro-Johnson. Greene tonight insists, though, that she is still following Trump's lead.
I'm the biggest supporter of President Trump, and that's why I proudly wear this MAGA hat.
Tom Foreman is out front.
We're going to re-elect our favorite president, the greatest president in United States history, Donald J. Trump. Right, Georgia?
From the get-go, it was a conservative dream team.
Let's get it done.
The firebrand president and his uncompromising congressional ally pledging allegiance and scorched earth.
Not only do we support President Trump, we support his policies. And any Republican that isn't willing to adapt these policies, we are completely eradicating from the party.
In 2022, I'm going to blow away the Democrat socialist agenda.
Greene won her seat in a deep red corner of Georgia by embracing the Trump base to its far-right edge, talking up conspiracy theories about 9/11.
The so-called plane that crashed into the Pentagon.
Chasing a survivor of a school massacre, claiming he was a shill for gun control.
And he's a coward. He can't say one word because he can't defend his stance.
She's winked at QAnon, made veiled threats of violence against Democrats, and raged against abortion rights.
When I said that I'm a Christian nationalist, I have nothing to be ashamed of because that's what most Americans are. We're proud of our faith.
Where is Marjorie? Where's Marjorie?
But since she won in 2020, the same year Trump lost, she's also chained herself to his grievances, claiming the election was rigged, January 6th was no big deal, charges against the former president are nonsense.
This is a weaponized government attempt to take down the top political enemy and leading presidential candidate of the United States, Donald J. Trump.
She's waved her phone at fellow Congress members to show them Trump on the line, demanding support.
They've got to get tougher. They got to get like Marjorie Taylor Greene. You happen to be here.
And Greene shouted at President Joe Biden during his State of the Union address, to the delight of the man who lost that podium.
Now, sometimes you would say that's not nice, but in this case, it was very well needed.
Clearly, people like President Trump and his policies.
So even now, as she tries to take down the Speaker of the House Trump has defended, the former president is in her corner, too.
She's a very good friend of mine, and I know she has a lot of respect for the Speaker. If times are bad, she'll call me up and say, "Don't worry about it, sir, you're doing great."
All of this cheerleading has cost Representative Greene assignments in congressional committees. It has questioned the credibility that she has among other lawmakers, and at times it has led to outright ridicule. And yet, not a discouraging word from Donald Trump, at least not yet.
No.
Aaron?
All right, Tom, thank you.